Well, there's some urgent news that we have to discuss that might just change your mind about PayPal stock. Don't worry, I got something for you bears out there and something for the bulls as well. And if you're on the fence, well, buckle up. So make sure you like the video if you like getting the truth without the hype and if you like me talking about PayPal stock. And I believe everyone can retire early and have financial freedom. So if you want total control of your life, I'll show you the very real alternative to achieve both financial freedom and retirement over on my new channel where we talk about exactly that. It'll be the pinned comment down there, so make sure you check it out and subscribe over there because there's going to be a lot of content that's probably going to create a little bit of controversy over there because I'm exposing a lot of truths. So there are 4 things that are going to change your mind about PayPal stock, and kind of stick around for that last one, guys. It's just absolutely massive, and I kind of actually put these in order kind of from really good to just incredible down there at the 4th one, so make sure you stick around for that. So the first is the recent run up almost to $60. Basically, since hitting that bottom just a short while ago, the stock is up 15% and knocking on that $60 mark. Now, I agree completely, guys. It's got a long way to go, but it's been over 3 months now since we've been up over that $60 mark, and we're finally kind of like in an uptrend towards the $60 mark. Before, whenever we hit it, we were in a clear, very, very clear down channel, and now we're finally seeing that turnaround and going up and hitting that $60 mark. Now, we have to get over it, and we're not over it yet, so that's important. But the trend is definitely in our favor now. Even if we pull back a little bit, it's in our favor now to hopefully and eventually bust through that resistance right there at 60 and kind of get up and over that. And if they can hold that line, look out, because there's a lot more runs coming from the stock. But for now, there's a lot of work to do. So that's the reason why I kind of put that one down there first. We got to get over that hump first, and we're just not over it yet. But I wanted you guys to know we are trending in the right direction finally. So second is looking at Square's run up over 60% in just over a month. Look, I understand completely that Square and PayPal to me are different companies altogether, but they both kind of get lumped together kind of in the fintech category. And Square has just been our block, or whatever the heck you want to call it. I call it Square. I guess it's technically block now. Whatever the case is, the point being, it has been on a 60% tear. Now, it got beaten down a lot lower than PayPal did. I would agree there. But on the flip side of that, and remember, to me, it's also more speculative than PayPal is, but that 60% run, that's a huge run even for that stock right there. That's more than the abnormal, hey, just it's another leg up before it makes its next big leg down. It's more than that, and we're seeing that over there with Square, which of course is a good sign for PayPal as well and fintech as a whole. Which leads me to number 3, which is fintech is finally starting to turn the corner just a little bit. I remember the 2 factors I said we needed to see in order for PayPal to run would be 1, the new CEO and how Wall Street kind of reacts to his new vision, new CEO being named, and then how Wall Street kind of reacts to his vision. And the second is fintech finally getting out of the doghouse. And guess what, guys? We are starting to see some subtle signs that fintech is starting to wake up finally after it just being in a bear hibernation now for pretty much more than a year. Sure, we got SoFi running as well, and check this video up here about that specifically because I think that may be a little bit of a different situation, but it's still benefiting from the overall run in fintech to include PayPal this time around and some strengthening in that sector. Remember, fintech has missed a lot of the rallies this year where it was basically going down while the whole rest of the market, especially the tech world, was going up. So we're finally starting to see them getting involved in some of the runs that the market is making as well, whereas opposed to we were missing out on those markets and those runs in the past. So fintech is finally showing signs that it could be turning around. It's early, still early, guys. I'm not calling it. I'm not calling the bottom or anything ridiculous like that. But I'm just saying it's another sign, another positive sign that PayPal may finally be moving in the right direction. All right, and up to the last one right here. And guys, it's absolutely massive. And after we discuss it, I'll tell you exactly what it means because that's just as important that we understand what is the meaning kind of behind everything here and everything that's going on. But let's talk about the 4th one first, which is the record Black Friday. That's kind of all the data and all the aftermath of the Black Friday is finally starting to come out and finally starting to settle. There's a lot to get into here, so just stick with me here. It's more than just what you're thinking it's going to be. But let me start by reading the quotes from the CEO, Alex Chriss, first. Our preliminary PayPal numbers from Thanksgiving Cyber Monday show the impact we have with customers. Processed approximately 400 million transactions, put $8 million back in customers' hands with cash back plus savings. Cyber Monday was the largest shopping day of the year with approximately $5.8 billion in transaction payment volume and 87 million in transactions. Those are absolutely massive numbers for PayPal. I mean, for the entire 4th quarter last year, it was only $6 billion in TPV. So to see that number happening just on Cyber Monday alone is absolutely incredible and shows you how much further they've grown now versus before. Or basically in the past year, they've had incredible growth on that side of the house. And yeah, I guess with 400 million transactions, I guess PayPal is definitely a dying company, right? I mean, that's the narrative. That's what everybody's out there been saying. And clearly the numbers say something different. It said something different last quarter, despite that narrative being there. And clearly these numbers, basically Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday, are just astounding, really, if you really think about it in terms of growth. It is not what a dying company looks like at all. I can show you company after company that is dying where you see those declines year over year over year. You don't see huge upticks in volume like you're seeing at PayPal in a dying company. So I know folks like to say nobody likes PayPal. I never use PayPal. Clearly, a lot of people are, because 400 million transactions and just basically a long weekend over a holiday season is an incredible amount. The other important thing is that the CEO is actually out there tweeting about it and being very, very transparent about their performance. Now, you can argue and say, hey, if it was bad, would he have tweeted it? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Who knows? But this is very, very different than how management handled numbers in the prior years. It's very different, and it's very nice to see him getting out there and tweeting these numbers out there so us as shareholders can understand what they're doing and where they're trying to take the stock and how they're performing to that, where they're wanting to take the stock. So this is kind of a divergence a little bit from what was going on prior. And I love seeing the transparency there. And I love seeing him taking an active role and communicating to us as shareholders, which is what a modern day CEO, it's almost a requirement now, right? It's very, very few CEOs don't put out that sort of information. There's other CEOs, obviously they let analysts do it, or they let other folks within their organization do it. But here's the CEO right out front saying, hey, here's where we're at, here's where we're doing, here's where we want to go. And he's willing to just put it out there for everybody to see and to read. This is just another step of the many steps that they are taking to improve PayPal. And we're seeing it through hiring actions. We're seeing it through changes in the way processes work, changes in the business. Obviously, we're seeing it in the way that he's actually communicating with us. And I think this is just part of a lot more changes to come for PayPal. And if they're already paying off right now in this small, and I understand it's small and I can't draw, huge conclusions in the future based upon this small subset, but based upon the small subset, he's absolutely going for it. We are absolutely seeing changes that are moving the stock forward. But what does all this mean? What are these 4 things we talked about and everything in between? What does all of it mean for PayPal? It simply means this. It means that a turnaround may have already begun. And yes, guys, Meta was an exception last year. Most turnarounds start off just like this. Very slow, very incremental, a lot of skepticism towards that, because you've been burned before, right? Every time you thought they were recovering, they went down lower, it went down lower, it went down lower. This is normally how it happens. One step at a time, one move at a time, one leg up at a time in the stock, and then being able to break through resistance and hold. Maybe you don't break through the first time or the second time, but you eventually break through and be able to hold that line, that support line, to that next leg up. That's how it happens. It happens slowly. You have skeptics. And by the time all the skeptics flip over to bullish, guess what? Basically, the stock is already on a massive run and you're already up 20%, 30%, 50%, maybe even 100% or more before all those people finally come on over to the other side that, wait, yeah, PayPal's figured it out. Hey, this is great. Everybody come over here. By then, you've already missed out on a double up or more in a lot of cases with these type stocks. So yes, it starts off slow just like this. That's what we're seeing. That's what has me excited about PayPal. Are we there yet? Absolutely not, but it looks like we may be making those first stepping stones up to that next level. And if you want help with trying to figure out what is your valuation for PayPal, how does it mean, does it belong in your portfolio? What's your plan? All kinds of other things like that. Make sure you check out the pinned comment down there for the Market Insiders private group where you can learn all that from myself directly. Slide into my DMs, jump on our live Q&As. You can take 5 courses for free, use our stock analyzer tool for free. We got the best 6, 7, 8-figure Discord out there and so much more, guys. Just check out the pinned comment and see if a membership's right for you. And click this video here if you want to see exactly what I'm buying in this market, and click here to see my exact plan for this market. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.